The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The health department logs another record-breaking number of new COVID-19 cases. More than 39,000 infections were added to the caseload, which now stands at above 3,168,000. Active cases are at 280,000, also a new record. Now, the virus killed 43 more patients in the past 24 hours, pushing the nationwide death toll to over 52,800. Recoveries, meanwhile, surged to 2,834,000, with more than 23,000 new survivors. 47.1% of some 78,700 tests recently conducted turned out positive. 8 laboratories were not able to submit data. Meanwhile, vaccination centers or sites rather in General Trias, Cavite are currently closed after most personnel got infected with COVID-19. JC Cosico with the story.
Catherine Tumaliwan is scheduled to receive her second COVID shot at the General Trias Convention Center in Cavite. But to her surprise, the vaccination site is closed. That's why she can't help but be dismayed since she took a leave from work.
So, nag-leave po ako sa trabaho, nagpaalam po ako sa work ko na second dose ko ng vaccine at hindi ko naman po akalain na wala po, na sarado. So, hindi ko po alam kung maapektuhan po yung kung ma-approve po ba tong absent ko kasi hindi naman po ko lumiliban ng trabaho nang hindi valid reason yung idadahilan ko sa trabaho.
In an advisory, the General Trias LGU announced the temporary closure of the convention center and 2 more vaccination sites as majority of their vaccination team members are either close contacts or positive for COVID-19. The LGU will announce the next schedule of inoculation. Meanwhile, the General Trias City Hall is also closed after over 100 employees got infected and around 300 are close contacts. COVID-19 infections in General Trias are increasing. Data shows there are 16,249 cases in the city, 776 of which are considered active. Barangay San Francisco recorded the most number of active infections at 113. Officials say cases began to increase during the last week of December 2021.
As of December po, medyo nabawas po yung aming cases ng COVID. Umabot kami ng almost zero, halos wala. Nito pong nagbalik tayo sa parang lumuwag, medyo makiat na po ang cases dito sa ating barangay.
Apart from holiday reunions, many residents are also working in Metro Manila, which they say contributed in the rise in cases.
Usually, ang pinanggagalingan ng COVID, yung hawa-hawa, bumula sa mga trabaho, Manila. Kasi lumuwag po na tayo noon, kaya medyo dumami talaga. Usually marami po nagtatrabaho sa Manila, sa factory.
Officials are again calling on the public to follow minimum health standards and get vaccinated. General Trias in the whole province of Cavite is under alert level 3 until month end amid the threat of the Omicron variant. For News 5, JC Cosico, we are One News.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. also watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. North Korea has launched a hypersonic missile after US imposed new sanctions on the country. But this time under the watch of its leader, Kim Jong-un himself. Now, what could this mean for the United States? Let's watch this.
North Korea started the year out with tests of new types of missiles. They're calling these hypersonic glide vehicles. You have a regular missile on top of that. You have this warhead which will deploy and is supposed to glide and then hit its target and can move along the way. There's some debate as to whether this is a hypersonic glide vehicle or a maneuverable re-entry vehicle. It's kind of a missile wonk talk, but the thing is that it can turn after being deployed, and it makes it very difficult for U.S. interceptors and other allied interceptors to shoot it down. So the U.S. implemented sanctions after the missile launch on January 11th. These are with the individuals connected with North Korea's weapons programs. But the overall theme that the U.S., South Korea, and the allies are trying to do is get Kim Jong-un to return to nuclear talks. They've been stalled now for about 3 years. The thing is that Kim Jong-un told a major party meeting he's much more interested in domestic issues of food shortage, preventing COVID, and getting back to the negotiation table. He said he's going to continue developing his weapons and try to manage the economy and the pandemic. And by the way, North Korea claims it has had no COVID cases, and the claims are doubted in the outside world. Well, actually, very little. And the international sanctions have been in place, the latest round from 2017. They've squeezed the economy. The economy now is smaller than when Kim Jong-un took power a decade ago. But this hasn't really stopped his weapons program. I mean, they'll have difficulties in procuring some parts, but lots of the program are homegrown. So the sanctions have been there for a while, but Kim's found ways to get around these. One of the ways that he does this is that he has an army of he has this cyber army that is very good at using international systems for cyber crimes, phishing scams. We saw this a few years ago with the hack on Sony Pictures. This is providing money for North Korea, and they're finding other ways to get around the sanctions. So, and the pressure is there, but Kim isn't responding, and the moves are going forward with the missile program, and the nuclear program as well keeps going on, even though we're not seeing any demonstration of it in terms of tests. But the production of fissile material, the stuff that goes into bombs, is proceeding, and that has not stopped. In fact, it's been amplified in the past few months.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. The Philippines will buy an anti-ship missile system from India amid growing tension in the West Philippine Sea. The Defense Department says the nearly $375 million deal also involves training for operators and maintainers, as well as logistics support. The COMELEC is targeting to start the printing of ballots for the upcoming national elections on Monday. Final ballot phases, which will bear the official list of candidates, are expected to be completed today. And unjabbed tennis star Novak Djokovic is again detained in Australia after authorities ripped up his visa for the second time. Australian authorities argue that his continued presence in the country may foster anti-vaccination sentiments. Now, for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now, www.signalplay.com, and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.